Hello everyone. Since I'd asked you to go ahead and do your review of a game that you hadn't played before, I figured I should do something similar. I was at a meeting yesterday with Drew Davidson, who runs the entertainment technology program at Carnegie Mellon University, and someone else there who admitted that he wasn't a gamer, and I then admitted I wasn't a gamer. It's a little funny because I think maybe in the mainstream a lot of people consider it somewhat embarrassing to be a gamer, and in interactive, in the field, it's actually just the opposite. If you're not a gamer, it's a little bit embarrassing, and you just want to kind of pass as a gamer as much as you can. The truth is I don't game that much, but everyone has been talking about this particular game called Minecraft, which is pretty amazing because they haven't done any advertising. It is not owned by a publisher. It's a guy who's actually making this thing, and Marcus Persson, who's been building this, seems to doing all the coding and design himself, and it has approaching 4 million users right now, and those are 4 million people who have actually purchased at a not too expensive level, and are out there playing. And you know, one of the things, and I'll go ahead and start playing, that makes it interesting is that just a second. Is that this is a game that is intentionally very simple. It's designed to be very easy to play, but also very, very flexible. So at present, it is he's going through an iterative design process, and at present, pretty much all you do is go around and grab things and build them. And we'll talk about this in a second. There isn't really a manual. There is a large wiki that describes how you can do certain things, but there isn't a manual as such. So in order to play, all you do is this is the very beginning of a game. You can see that I live in a very blocky world, and this is my hand here off to the right hand side, and it has the standard sorts of hopping around and doing stuff things, but I can point at things and destroy them because it's a game and you want to destroy stuff. But more importantly, you'll see that down there in the bottom I now have collected some sand, and I can go up if I want and say collect a flower. Let's see if I can. So you'll see I now have a flower down there in my inventory. So this looks like it's kind of a collecting game, which it is, and as such it might remind you of something like Zelda or something else. I'm not going to be able to get up there, I don't think, so I'll carefully head back down here, and I'm going to need some wood. The reason I'm going to need some wood is if I look up here somewhere I'll see the sun. It's behind the horizon there, so I can't quite see it. But when the sun goes down, there is an element of gameplay. As it is now, I might want some of that actually. There we go. As it is now, this actually reminds me a bit of something like Second Life, but in the newest, well, not the newest, in one of the iterations of it, it actually has Morlocks that come out at night and try to eat you, and so that gives it a little bit more of a compelling push. Once the sun goes down, that was a pig in case I needed some ham. I'm not going to collect some ham right now. Right now I need wood. When the sun goes down, they come out and they try to eat you. And so, there is a bit of a time pressure here. And when you first start the game, one of the things you have to do early on is make sure you have some shelter and are able to survive the first night in this new space. So I'm collecting some wood because I think it'll be useful. And you'll see that I actually have, I think that's flint down there. As I said, I just started playing this game. I'm going to hit inventory so I can look and see what I've got. Now, one of the things you can do is craft things. So I've got a bit of wood. I'm actually going to get a bit more before I try something. So you can see I have 5 pieces of wood and 6 pieces of wood. I actually probably need some more. Not exactly a game that pushes on the environmental, I guess. And that appears to be a floating mushroom over there, and I have not run into one of those before, so I'm going to go and check it out. I don't know what that is. Let me try. Grr. I'm stuck under some wood. Well, I can take care of that. I need wood anyway. So what's amazing about this is that, as you can see, the graphics are not exactly what you would expect from modern graphics. Oh, I've gathered some mushrooms. But the flexibility is pretty amazing, and people do some pretty amazing things with it. Let me give you a little bit of example of what you can do in terms of crafting. So I've got some wood here, and if I put the wood up here, this is kind of the area where I can do stuff with it. You can see that it's made it from wood into wooden planks. So I can kind of pull out some of those wooden planks, and I'm fine with that. I don't actually need the wood, so I'm going to just make a bunch of wooden planks. You can see that I've got a whole bunch of wooden planks, and as you can imagine, the standard things you can make with wooden planks, but I'm going to take them and I'm going to divide them in half here and see if I can do this. Now I've basically put 4 wooden planks, wooden planks on either side, and by doing that I've made myself a crafting table. So if I go like this, I now have a crafting table in my inventory. I'm going to take these out. This doesn't get me anything by itself, but if I take this out some more, you can see that I can, I think. Maybe not. Well, I'll leave that for now. I should be able to make those into sticks, but I'm doing... Oh, I see. You need one down here, and one up here, and then it makes it into a stick. So I now have 4 sticks. Some more sticks. Some more sticks. So that's pretty cool. I now have sticks and planks. I can use those sticks for a bunch of things. I can make torches with them. I can even make, since I'm going to be doing a lot of mining, I'm going to put this here. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. Put this here. And I can then use this workbench, and you see I have a bigger crafting area. One of the things I can do with these sticks is make them into no, I guess I can't. Okay, ignore that I said that. I thought that would get me to a shovel or something, but I guess not. Anyway, as you can see, I'm very much early on in this game. Once you get oops, I don't want to give them all those sticks. Once you get beyond this, of course, you can kind of if you manage to survive the first day, people spend a great deal of time exploring the world and finding things, all kinds of raw materials, and then combining them into, you can find wheat and plant wheat and then make your own flour and use that with some sugar and make a cake. And to do that would take an entire day of work. But it's not grinding in the same way some other games are. You really are kind of discovering and creating things when you do this. One example of that's now fairly well known is this, which is someone who's gone through and built an entire 16-bit adding machine based on basically fire paths and pigs and I don't know what. But this is a whole giant area with memory and an adder so that you can do basic digital addition, all built out of raw materials. And some people make these just really amazing systems of lava flows that do something similar. And so one of the reasons I think this is so successful and so popular right now is that it is extraordinarily flexible. The graphics aren't great, and people even complained about the graphics of Second Life, which was also a tool where you built. Here, the graphics are far worse, but intentionally so, right? They're 8-bit graphics, which means that one person can actually design the system, and it's designed to start out simple and then allow the users to evolve the complexity of it. This is Minecraft. It's not super expensive. It's a pretty interesting game to kind of get involved in and try, and so I'm glad I got to introduce you to it. And even though I'm not a gamer, this has been one of the more enjoyable games I've played in the last few years. Thanks.